Okay, allora. Welcome everyone. Welcome to our special speaker, Signora Veronica and Signora Ariana from Bocconi University. And then Bocconi, it was one of the prestigious university from Italy, and also from Indonesia side. Bocconi was one of the LPDP Italian university who cooperated with LPDP scholarship by our Indonesian government. So from this moment, we will like to we will have info sessions just super special for you guys at the moment. And then, sorry, who become the speaker, Senora Ariana or?
I'll start and I'll do the introduction part and the part on the undergraduate studies, and then I'll leave the floor to Veronica for the part on the master's studies and the fees, funding, and housing.
Okay, thank you. So we can start right now. Please welcome Senora Ariana. The time is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you for organizing this, and thank you to all the students who are participating. We're always very happy to spread the knowledge about Bocconi University, even if only online at the moment, but still we're very happy to have you learn more about our beautiful campus and our university opportunities. So let me see how I can move my slides. There we go. A few facts about Bocconi, just to give you a general overview. We were founded in 1902 by a businessman, and we were the first university in Italy to grant a degree in economics. So that's what we do. We're a business school. That's what we're famous for. Then later you will see that we opened to new fields as well, but still today our main areas are management, finance, and economics. We value internationalization a lot. We opened our first exchange program in 1974, so we give the opportunity to all our students, both in bachelor and master's program, to go abroad for a semester or for a double degree. And since 2001, we started offering programs that are entirely taught in English. So again, you will see it later, but today we have way more programs that are entirely taught in English rather than the ones that are offered in Italian. We're a medium-sized campus. We have less than 15,000 students on campus, less than 8,000 in the bachelor programs, and the other ones in master's and PhD. And when I say that we value internationalization, I really mean it. We have more than 100 nationalities on campus between students and professors. So of course, we do have students coming from countries that are close to us, but not only. We have literally students and professors coming from all over the world, which makes the environment way more interesting, way more challenging, and there's always something to learn from people with different backgrounds and diverse experiences and cultures. So as of today, in our courses taught in English, the ratio between Italian and international students is about 60 to 40, but we're going towards the 50-50 ratio, which makes it even more interesting. Then a few things about rankings. So guys, rankings will never tell you if a university is a good fit for you or if you are a good fit for a university, but they will give you an idea when you're choosing your university of where it is positioned compared to other universities worldwide. So it will give you an assurance about the quality of the teaching, the quality of the environment, and just in general, how the academic performance of the university is. Then this is what you have to look at before you decide where to study. But then rankings are also useful once you've already studied at Bocconi and you present yourself in the job world, because to present yourself with a degree granted from a highly ranked university tells something to recruiters, tells something to the companies who might be able to have you in their team. And so that's why we do focus a bit on rankings. And as you can see, we're very well placed both for the Financial Times and the QS ranking in our area, so the social sciences field. My slides are moving super slow. Okay. Here, when I was saying that all of our students have the opportunity to spend a semester or a year abroad, this is exactly what I was talking about. It's our international network. It's the first network that I'm going to mention, but it's a super important one. Being a private university, we've been able to create specific dual networks with all universities that we think are worth it all over the world. So right now we have more than 280 partner universities spread around the globe where our students can decide to spend a semester or a year. Now, many times international students tell me, yes, Ariana, but I'm already coming to Bocconi for my studies, so that's already my international experience. And yes, of course, it is for sure, especially if you're coming from far away. But, you know, to put on your curriculum an additional international experience, moving for a semester abroad already says something about yourself and you're willing to go outside of your comfort zone. Plus, spending a semester abroad, it's not really only about spending a semester in another university, but it's really about immersing yourself in a different culture. So let's say you're coming from Indonesia, you're studying in Europe, but you want to know what it's like to live in the US or to study the American market. Why not spending a semester in the US? That's perfectly doable. Or maybe you've studied Spanish your whole life. Why not try and go to Latin America for a semester? Okay, these are all different options. And it's, you know, the fun thing of being in an international university. So yes, being in Milan, it's already international enough, but it's all about taking advantage of all the opportunities that you get as a Bocconi student. And the other network that is super important to us, of course, being a business university, is the one with companies. So here you see a few figures about what we do. We strongly believe that on the one hand, the role of a university is to put students in contact with companies, because we understand that sometimes it's hard to find internships, to find your first job. So we're here to be the medium between you and the companies. But on the other hand, the role of a university is also to make sure that you are prepared to enter the job world, and especially to be chosen from companies. Because if we put you in contact with companies, but then companies don't choose you and they hire somebody else for the job, it just kind of makes no sense. So that's what we do. On the one hand, we have a very practical approach. We prepare you to be strong candidates in the job market, but then we also put you in contact with companies. We have a brilliant career service with job portal online where you can see all the different job posting and apply. And we also organize events like recruitment dates where you can actually go and talk to companies depending on what you're interested in. So it's very easy to enter the job world after getting your degree from Bocconi. And this slide shows you our placement data. Here you see the placement referred to master programs, because to be fairly honest, students who finish their bachelor programs at Bocconi usually decide to go for a master as well. So it's rare they just enter the job world. So the statistics can be very relevant. But this data refers to 2020. So in a year with the pandemic, you can still see that the average time needed to find a job was a month, which is honestly a joke. And you don't have to stay in Italy if you don't want to stay in Italy. You can go everywhere you want to work once you get your degree from Bocconi. Sometimes the students are worried and they say, oh my gosh, then I'm stuck in Italy. What if I want to go back to my own country? What if I want to change? You can, okay? The point of being in an international environment is that we have contacts with companies all over the globe, plus our students that are international graduates, and they go to work for companies that are international, or they fund their own, and then they want to hire Bocconi graduates. So, you know, the system keeps on rolling, and that's why we're able to provide opportunities all over the world. Then, as I was saying, we don't only throw you in the job market, we also prepare you for it. And here you can see a few things about our teaching methods. Classes are not that big. On average, we have 100 students per class, both at bachelor and master's level. Then it depends on the course, but that's the average. So students get to know each other, and most important, students get to know the professor and vice versa. So you will never feel like you are one of many numbers wandering around campus. Professors know you by name, and this helps in feeling part of the community and also putting your hands on the topics, because it's not only about going to class, listening to somebody talking, and then going home, studying and sitting the exam. It's about in-company trainings, company testimonials, group projects, research projects, where you're actually learning by doing and not only learning by reading or learning by listening. So that's really important for us to make sure that you are actually prepared on the stuff that we try to teach you. Now, let's move to the undergraduate school. Here you have a map and an idea, so you get an idea of where our students are coming from. As I was saying, we have a total of 15,000 students on campus, and less than 8,000 are in our bachelor programs, so not that many. It's not overwhelming, I promise, but the composition of class is very, very various. Here you can see what we actually, what you can actually study at Bocconi at a bachelor level. So after your high school studies. As I was saying, we only have a few programs in Italian, but we can focus more on the ones in English. Of course, we're a business school, so management, finance, and economics, you will find them quite a lot in our courses. We offer courses that are more general, like, for example, international economics and management or international economics and finance. These are the perfect courses for students who finish high school knowing that they kind of want to study business, but I'm not sure what type of business or what I like about business. So, you know, the 360-degree courses in management and finance that will give you a general idea of everything you need to know. And then, of course, you can always specialize with a master or with internships in a specific field. Then on the opposite side, for those students who already have an idea of the field of application of what they want to study, we also have a couple of applied courses. And these are the economics and management for arts, culture, and communication course, and economics, management, and computer science course. So if you already know that you want to be a manager or cover a managerial position, but for a fashion company, first course perfect for you. If you know that you want to become a data scientist, still work in a company, the second course is perfect for you. Then, other than that, we also offer the International Politics and Government course, which is a degree in political science, always with an eye on business, because we are a business school, but it's a degree in political science. Then the Economic and Social Sciences course, which is tricky by the name. It's not a course in sociology, it's a course in pure economics. So it's a very quantitative course on the theory of economics, game theory, behavioral economics, and so on. And then last but not least, there's the last course that we launched, that it's the Mathematical and Computing Sciences for AI course. And this course is a degree in mathematics. It's a pretty peculiar course because it's very rare to find courses in artificial intelligence at a bachelor level. So we were one of the first universities in the world to do so. And so this course is very particular. Last but not least, remember that all these courses last 3 years. Because bachelor programs in Italy last 3 years, and then master programs last 2 years. But then Veronica will tell you everything about those in a few minutes. The last course that I can present is the World Bachelor in Business, that it's a pretty different course because it's 4 years, and it was born from the partnership with the University of Southern California and the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. So it's a triple degree course where students are able to spend 1 year in Los Angeles, 1 year in Hong Kong, 1 year at Bocconi. The 4th year, they decide where among the 3 universities, but that is a pretty different course compared to all the others. So going back to the standard Bocconi bachelor programs, as I was saying, they last 3 years. And this is the way that they're structured. The first 2 years are pretty standard. You can't really choose or personalize them much because since it's only 3 years, we need to make sure that you've got your fundamentals in that specific topic to earn a degree in that field. So the first 2 years, we're telling you what you need to study. And this also comprises 2 foreign languages, computer science, because coding, 1 Python course is mandatory for everybody, and a few soft skill seminars, because as I was saying, this helps you in being ready to enter the job world. The 3rd year, then, it's your jolly year where you can personalize your study path a bit more. You can choose your elective courses, so decide what you want to focus on. You can do an internship if you want, either in Italy or abroad, and you can also go on exchange, again, if you want. It's not mandatory, but it's part of the Bocconi experience. So the 3rd year helps you really understand what you want to do after your bachelor programs as well. So it helps you transitioning to masters or to the job world. And then how do we get into Bocconi? Again, I'm only talking about bachelor programs. So Veronica will cover the admission procedure for masters. But if you're in high school and you want to attend one of our bachelor programs, this is the elements that we're going to evaluate you on. First of all, a test that can be the SAT, the ACT, or the Bocconi test that it's online. So for students who are not able to book a spot in their SAT, there's always definitely the choice of doing the Bocconi test online. And that is the biggest part of the application, because as bad as it sounds, the test is more standardized. So it helps us evaluate and compare candidates that literally come from so many different school systems. Then second, we look at school transcripts. So we look at your grades from your second to last and third to last year of high school. We don't look at the final year because you're usually applying either before or during your final year. So of course you don't have your grades yet. Then we also evaluate language certificates if you have them, and then the qualitative part of the profile. So your curriculum and a motivational letter, which are, again, important elements, especially for the scholarships attribution, and I will get to that in a minute. For the World Bachelor in Business, as I was saying, it is a completely different course, also because it's not only Bocconi, and the application is a little bit more holistic. So we consider the whole profile of the candidate. There's a video interview. There are reference letters, because, you know, it's not for everybody to be able to change continent every 9 to 10 months. So we want to make sure that we're really taking into consideration students who are okay with being world citizens in that sense. As for timeline, consider that we have 3 rounds every year. So for students who are currently in their last year of high school and intend to start university September 2022, there's only 1 round left, and that is the spring session that's going to open at the end of March. For students who are in their second to last year of high school and so intend to start Bocconi in September 2023, they still have 3 rounds. One is called early session, one is winter, and one is spring. The early session, it's usually at the end of the second to last year of high school. This year will probably shift. It will probably move towards September. So the first possibility to apply would be in September 2022 to then start Bocconi in September 2023. The cool thing is that if you've been admitted, at that point, you don't have to worry about anything your last year of high school, because once you're in, you're in. You just need to get your diploma, but you're in. If you're not admitted, you can try again the winter session, which is usually in January of your last year. And if you're not admitted, you can try again in spring, which is usually in March, April of your last year. My suggestion is always to start as soon as possible. The earliest session is always better, because it's a little less competitive. You know, not everybody's ready to apply early, and all the spots are potentially still available. Well, of course, in the last session, all students who are not admitted are reapplying, and only like 10% of spots are available. So it's still worth trying, but if you're interested in Bocconi, start early. Again, worst case, you're not admitted, you can try again, but at least you understood what you've done wrong, what's the benchmark to enter, and you get a better idea of how to enter in the next round. Now, I'm done with the information on the undergraduate school, so I think that I can leave the floor to Veronica. Should I stop sharing? Okay.
I asked the control of the slides if you are
I've done so.
Arianna.
Wonderful. Thank you, Vero. I'll see you later.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Arianna, for this complete overview. Let's move to the Master of Science programs. The graduate school is composed, as you can see, by more students, for example, from Asia compared to the bachelor students, and 30% of international students in each of our classes. Like bachelor, we have a very wide range of, of master programs. Our master programs are 2-year programs in the areas of management, economics, political science, data science, and finance. You know, you saw Bocconi ranking through Arianna's slides that especially international management and finance are very much recognized worldwide thanks to their high position in the ranking. So of course they are a bit more competitive. competitive, but very much rewarding in terms of job opportunities. Again, as Arianna showed you in terms of numbers. I also want to reassure you that we know many students from Asia that spent a few years in Europe after graduation to work, or who went back immediately and found good jobs in multinationals and many international organizations also back home, let's say. I was saying that all our programs, again, I would not enter in the specific details, otherwise we're going to spend the night here, but afterwards we're going to post on the chat links to playlists on YouTube where you can see the specific presentation of each course and understand each of them. Generally speaking, I would say that there are more general master programs that provide you a comprehensive view of a specific type of industry, like the one in art, culture, media and entertainment, or government and international organizations, but also, or let's say programs that go specific in a function that can be applied in all the companies of the world, like marketing, accounting, or also data science and business analytics, and so on. The program in economics, a little like the bachelor, is a pure economic program, very, I would say, challenging, but again, rewarding. 30% of these students from this program continue with the PhD. I have students doing PhD at Wharton in the United States, at Yale. So again, coming to Bocconi in Italy and to Milano can be a springboard to proceed further in the rest of Europe, in the United States. So don't limit your dreams, let's say. The 2-year programs allow you also for specialization and studying abroad. So basically the first year you are with us here in Milano, but the second year you can go abroad for an exchange or for a double degree. The double degrees are more and more, let's say, prestigious and allow you to have 2 degrees from 2 universities, entering 2 networks of alumni, of employers, of recognition, even in different countries and areas of the world. Besides the study abroad experiences, in the second year you have a compulsory internship. Arianna showed you some of the activities we organize to put you in touch with companies. It's mainly online in this period, but even yesterday there was a Bocconi Jobs France where our students virtually could connect with all employers and companies in France. We do it in Frankfurt, London, Brussels, Milano, but also per type of industry. So we have job fairs related to the fintech, to media and entertainment, to fashion and luxury. Of course, in Milano is quite common. And so there are many chances for all of you. All students would be offered classes of Italian language, so that you can profit of your experience as much as possible with us. In order to apply to Master of Science programs, the idea is similar to the bachelor. So we have a quantitative side made up with GMAT or GRE scores, and your transcripts, your average in the exams that you took during your bachelor degree. We have also a very solid qualitative side of the evaluation. I have to say that for bachelor programs, we have thousands of candidates. And so, of course, the quantitative side allows us to reduce and, start selecting from students who already have a very good academic or school background. At master level, I would say that The personal side of the evaluation is very much taken into consideration by the program directors. I saw, really students chosen for their internship, for their extracurricular activities, for what they wrote in the personal statement, for how much they were willing to do an experience abroad in Italy, in Europe, and to let us understand what was their final goal. I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to start up my own company. I want to work in international organization and save the world. So whatever, if you have a clear goal, I'm sure that it will be very much acknowledged by our admission committee. There are several application deadlines to start in September 2022. Of course, for now, the next deadline is March 10. In order to apply and submit the application, we need you to have your GMAT ready. Romero, I was wondering how hard it is to sit GMAT there. Can you do it online in Indonesia?
Well, Veronica, based on my experience, I took GMAT in Singapore, not for
Okay.
So actually, I'm sorry I didn't know about GMAT in Jakarta, but before that, I was applying business school in Singapore, so I took the exam in Singapore.
It's a 2-hour flight, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes, 1 hour and 40 minutes flight from Jakarta. See.
Well, nice trip.
See, yeah, you can continue.
Yes, and also since that in Singapore they lifted all the coronavirus regulations, so it is possible, at least from Europe, it is possible to go as a tourist.
But currently, good news from for Indonesia actually, starting 26th of January. So Indonesia was open free VTL, free vaccinated travel. So actually, Singapore already open for Indonesian borders. So yeah, the students can apply even Jakarta slot and also Singapore slot. It depends on the personal individual. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Well, I also want to reassure all the students here. Maybe we have a slide afterwards. Let me see. No, sorry. First, I have to talk about financial aid, but then I will reassure you with a bit more information. In terms of financing your studies with us, you can see that Bocconi is a private university, so tuition fees are different from public Italian universities. I think that from the other side, you benefit from special services for students and very much care and attention. One of the things I wanted, and I'm anticipating that I wanted to say later, is that we really help students throughout also the visa process, the relocation process. We get in touch, as Romero knows, with the embassies, and we try to smooth the process as much as we can. Also, when you land in Milano for the permit of stay or the Italian bureaucracy side, to get a doctor here for anything you need. We hosted the students for quarantine. So we really try to help also Milano to become more and more welcoming to international and non-European students. Besides that, we are also investing, as you can see, 38 million euros in 2022 to fund and support talented students. So basically 1 out of 4 of all our students receive some sort of financial aid. You can see here the merit scholarships that are something that you don't even have to apply for, but you will be automatically evaluated once you submit your application for admission. So the documents you send for admissions, either for bachelor or master, so your test score, your transcripts, your personal statement, will be taken into consideration by a special committee made by the Dean of the Undergraduate or Graduate School, the Dean of International Affairs, our boss Paolo Cancelli, and the admissions office, and we'll evaluate and let's say select students for merit awards, 100% tuition waiver. You just have to fly to Milano at that point. International awards that are 50% tuition waiver, and these are for both bachelor and master programs admitted students, as well as while Bocconi Women Awards are for female students who get admitted in the program in finance, in the Master of Science in Finance, as you can imagine, to let's say balance our genders in such a prestigious class that is ranked 6th in the world by the Financial Times. Arianna, you wanted to add something related to this topic?
No, I think I'm good. You explained it all. The idea, of course, is that for our international students, we do provide funding because we know that it's a pretty relevant topic. So we know that you're specifically interested in this. So that's why Veronica focused a bit more on the slide. The idea is that we try to have both merit-based scholarships and need-based because we know that there are different categories of students, and we allow our international students to also apply for the need-based scholarships. So that's important. Then again, also on the bachelor level, the only thing that I want to add is that the price is not fixed. Here you see the 13,000 per year, but that's really the maximum that you can pay. The minimum is 5,000 euros, and it depends on family income. So there are different brackets. Depending on family income, you can pay from 5,000 to 13,000 plus the scholarships opportunities, while for masters, the fee is fixed plus the scholarship opportunities. That's
well,
I also, Romero, I know that you may want to say something because you also tell students a lot about the ISU scholarship, the need-based one. And so I know that you are also more knowledgeable than us about these and the documents that Indonesian students might need for this. Do you want to say something about that?
Well, Veronica and Ariana, I would like to add something about this this topic. Well, good news for Indonesian students because Bocconi was part of our LPDP scholarship offered by our Indonesian government. So, for you guys, you would like to apply for Bocconi, you can apply directly into university, and then once you got LOA, you can apply for LPDP scholarship. And then good news that I just knew by this moment. Ariana said that regarding bachelor starting 5,000 into 13,000 maximums based on family income, we call it as ISE. So for those Indonesian students that really intends to apply for Bocconi, it was good news because not all Italian university accepting by ISE. So this is very prestigious university, and then Bocconi accepted regarding ISE. So, okay, Veronica, I just like interested in applying for Bocconi. Thank you so much. So you can continue for your.
No, I knew that that's something that it's not so easy to explain and to go through the process of the ISE and the financial aid scholarship. And I know, Romero, that you are there to help all the Indonesian students with that. So let's proceed a little bit. Bocconi also has a lot of residence halls all around the campus area that you can see behind Arianna, basically. It's all single rooms. They have 24/7 security. So it's quite a nice environment where you can also get to know a lot of new people. The application starts later again in the year, and again there is a first come first served application at full rate, but also reduced rate housing still based on the ISE and on the documents that Romero was mentioning earlier. A few information on campus life. This is one of our dorms here with the nice balconies. There are a lot of events going on every day. Yesterday we were talking with one of the students who was welcomed. Oh, sorry. Slide before. Eccola. Yesterday we were talking with a student who was welcomed when he started studying at Bocconi by Mr. Schultz, who is the second here in the photo, who is the founder of Starbucks, who basically came to Bocconi to welcome master students 3 years ago. And by chance, it was also the day when he opened the first Starbucks in Italy. So it was such a funny, and he said that he was sitting just behind him, you could shake hands. So it was a great start of the Bocconi experience. And this happens really every day. Yesterday we had one of the minister of the Italian government at Bocconi, and it was a full room capacity with hundreds of students attending. So every day there's something to do. We just also, we now have a super nice sports center also to allow you also to have some fun. There are more and more competitions hosted in the sports arena and in the swimming pool. I know there was a European championship of water polo being held in our swimming pool last week. So again, a lot of events going on, and of course surrounded by the city of Milano with 8 other universities. Romero knows them all, and many international students, but also many opportunities to work. There are the stock exchange, the Italian stock exchanges here in Milano. The main branches of multinational companies in Italy are based in Milano, that is more connected to the rest of Europe. In 2 hours you are at the beach or in the mountains. And of course, the value of studying in Italy, I think, is also having the possibility with your student visa to travel all over continental Europe. You can visit France in a weekend, or Berlin or Spain, and really enrich your experience. And that's, allow me to say, this is something employers are looking for, that you are getting out of your comfort zone, culture, languages that will allow you to grow and to learn how to work with people from different countries and cultures. Before this, I saw a question. Okay, just for you to know, Bocconi has the local regional scholarship, was exactly what Romero was mentioning, the need-based ISU based on the easy documents, so on your family income and properties. I'm not sure I understood your question correctly, but we give unconditional offers, but you need to have your GMAT ready. So you can only submit your application when you have your GMAT ready. The last deadline is 26th of May, so you still have time by 26th of May to have your GMAT. One last information that I know is a frequently asked question. Our suggestion on GMAT score is around 600. Of course, international management and finance may be more selective. Or the better. Before opening up to questions, let us just remind you that we have open classes and master classes free of charge for both high school and university students. If you happen to come to Milano, we organize campus visits almost every Friday. If you would like to have a, let's say, deeper experience also on our campus environment and academics, we have summer school for both high school and university students, both online and in person. So of course, if you would like to come to Milano, you're welcome, but you can also do this experience online. Arianna, sorry, maybe you wanted to say something more about this.
Sorry, it's always hard to turn my audio on while I'm sharing slides. About the summer school, Vero, can we go back to the, okay, I managed maybe to go back to the slides on summer school.
I
okay.
give you the control back.
Yeah, thank you. About the summer school this year, the one for high school students will be from July 4 to July 15, and it's 2 weeks. While the one for university students starts a week earlier, so it's from June 27 to July 15. And let me add something. Summer schools are important, whether you end up applying for Bocconi or not. They're a wonderful means for you to understand if you like the topics, especially if you're a high school student, you think that you might like finance, for example, then you studied for a week, you hate it. It's better to find out before rather than finding out once you've been admitted to a bachelor program in finance. And that honestly can be the same thing at university level, even though at university level, of course, you do have a more complete idea of what you like to study, but it's still a good way of deepening your knowledge in a subject that maybe you're not necessarily studying in your own university where you're currently attending the bachelor, and that maybe could be something that you want to consider for master's. So summer schools are super important whether you want to apply to Bocconi or not. And also, if you're considering applying to Bocconi, if you get the opportunity to come to Milan, to see the city, to see the campus, to be in class with other students that might end up being your own classmates in a few years, and hear our professors teaching summer school students as they do teach their bachelor and master's program, you get a better understanding of if you see yourself actually becoming a student there. So it's always an experience that I recommend for students to take. Thank you, Vero, for posting the links in the chat for the important information. Now, I think that we'll be happy to answer any question you might have and open the Q&A session if, Vero, you don't want to add anything on this topic. Good.
Well, before we continue for Q&A sessions, so we'd like to share our like workshop sessions for Q&A. Is it okay like to close the screen, and then I would like to spotlight our faces so the student can ask directly with us? So hold on for because I was handling for this technical issues. Okay, spotlight, and then I would like to add Veronica, and then I would like to add Ariana. So yes, welcome everyone. So right now we have Q&A sessions. You can ask and things about your inquiries to apply into Bocconi. And then for those like asking about merit-based scholarship or based on family income, and then also regional scholarship, feel free to ask, and then we can explore more about the answer to your questions. So we open right now. And then for those who like to like raising hand and then join with us in our screen, feel free to join with us. So this is a very dynamic and also very informal sessions for you. Is there any questions, guys? Okay, Antonius raising hand. You would like to open mic and open video so I can invite you to join with us. Okay, please, Antonius.
Can you see me, bro? Can you see me?
Yes, Antonius.
Yeah, hello. Good morning, everyone. I have just two questions. One is that I'm sorry first because I arrived at this place. Maybe I missed something, but I want to ask about the GMAT test. So for example, if I want to take the master in politics and policy analysis, do I also need to take the GMAT test because it's not a management course? Because it's a
don't know if you already watched our website, but you are absolutely right, Antonius. I didn't mention that the program in politics and policy analysis is the only one where GMAT is not compulsory. So you can fill out your application without the GMAT, and actually, because it's a program in political science, so we understand that you might have a different background and we don't need economics or statistics so much in that program. So I definitely confirm that.
Okay, perfect.
Of course, I didn't say, probably like for both bachelor and master, when you fill out the application, you can choose more programs, okay? So, of course, if you're interested only in that one and you want to apply to that one, you can apply without GMAT. Should you want to add more choices, like the one we have a program in management of government and international organization, that for that we would need the GMAT. But for politics and policy analysis only, you don't need it. for the double degrees with LSC and Sciences Po, you would need it because the friends at LSC and Sciences Po ask for it.
Okay. Other than that, I want to ask about the IC. I just want to I want to understand like roughly how much is the yearly income to be able to apply for the ISE?
Sorry, Antonius, you mean regional scholarship by Milan government or ISE based on family income? Because ISE for the family income.
Yeah. I just want to know.
Okay, maybe Veronica or Ariana explain regarding ICU or ISE, and then maybe I will add something about that
Probably
question.
you know more than us, Romero. Can I tell you, especially in terms of income in the local currency, let's say.
Okay, sure, Veronica. So Antonius, regarding ISE or even ICU, it was very similar but different case. So ICU, the grant coming from regional scholarships of the Lombardy regions, but ISE it depends on your family-based income. I mean, like we need some documents and obligations documents, but the most important things you need to ask directly into maybe Bocconi has a special department for that case, and then regarding for the regional scholarship, you need to check into regional official website what kind of documents needed. And then in Indonesia, in Jakarta, we are in the Italian embassy. In Jakarta, we help you to prepare those documents. But remember, all documents, all documents need to be legalized by the embassy, and then all documents need to be translated into Italian language. So we accept the origin language, which means bahasa persons, and then Italian translated persons. So all maybe currently the information still not open. I mean, like mostly in Lombardy regions open for that information starting in March or in April, and then you need to double check what kind of documents needed. And then we are in Jakarta to help you to prepare and legalize document and translate it into Italian language. So that's the preparation. And once those documents have been legalized by us, the embassy, you need to send document even physically or send it by soft copy first. And then once you in Milan, you need to submit all documents to CAF office, CAF office. So CAF office will issue the official ISE certificate, and then that certificate you need to submit into university. So that's like mechanism of ISE and also ICU regional scholarship.
Yeah, but
Sorry, Romero, I'm just jumping in real quick to say goodbye to everybody because I have another event. I'm going virtually to Morocco, and so I need to leave you guys, but thank you so much. And then Veronica shared our email addresses in the chat. For any question about undergraduate studies, feel free to contact me. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ariana. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Okay, we are here with Veronica. So what was it, Antonius? It was okay for you or need something more detailed information?
Thank you for that. For the information earlier, but can you just tell me maybe like I want to know like how much is the usually maximum level of family income to be able to apply for it? Maybe like 50,000 euro a year or something like that for me to.
Okay. Yes, for the ISE, we are talking about ISE, right? ISE, it depends on university, how much discount or decreasing tuition fee. So based on your certificate, official certificate issued by CAF, so the university will calculate how much tuition fee you need to pay yearly. So we don't know. It was about ISE. But regarding regional scholarship, mostly students got more than 5,000 euro per year.
Okay.
So the local government give you around maybe 500, sorry, 5,200 or 5,300. We don't know, because every region has their own budget, and then the calculations, it depends on regional government. But ISE, it depends on university how much tuition fee to be fixed, to be paid. Okay,
Okay.
by submitting your ISE certificate.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for the information.
Yes, thank you, Antonius. Is there any other questions? Okay, so I would like to invite other students or other participants to ask directly to our special speaker. Hello. Hello. Or you can ask anything directly into column chat.
Don't be shy. Well, if you just
Okay,
contact us.
raising hand.
Konita.
Okay, I would like to invite you. Hi, Konita, how are you?
Doing good. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Buonasera, buonasera here in Indonesia, ya.
I want to ask about, is it possible to enroll or apply at Bocconi as a cross major, since my previous background is in geography? And I would like to do about economic and social science, something like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. As I was saying before, basically for example, our program in economic and social sciences in any case has many specialization during the second year. Also, for example, we have the management program that in the second year you can specialize in sustainability and green management, for example, or organization and HR management, or corporate finance and fundraising for companies. So the idea is to start, let's say, with a general topic like economics or management, and then specialize in a very specific topic. I know students in the last period, they are specializing in health management topics, because it's very up to date, and there are also a lot of opportunities to work in this area of health management, of how also governments are, working on all these very up-to-date issues. One of our alumni is working in the city of New York, and last year she was really working to set up the vaccination centers all over the city. So an amazing job from my point of view, also with a very important task nowadays. She did the program in economics and management of government and international organizations. So her aim was really to work in this kind of institutions, of course, from the manager point of view, because she had to organize things and people and events, and look at the budget, and don't use too much money, or find sponsors to open up these centers. So there are many type of jobs that you can do, and I think that you discover it also little by little during your studies, because also you get to discover things, even that I have been doing this job for 20 years, but before doing it, I didn't even know this job existed. My dream was to find a job who made me travel all over the world, and I didn't even know I could work for a university and be in Indonesia or in Morocco the same day.
Yeah.
Let's say that with your background in geography, again, besides the program in politics and policy analysis, we would in any case ask you to do the GMAT. And this would allow us to reassure us that you can do the program without any problem in terms of academic and knowledges. But again, I will also post here in the chat this YouTube presentation, because you can see in each specific program what are the type of jobs or what are the types of specializations also. We have also a program in economics and management of innovation and technology, which is an economics program more than a business, so more economics, but related on changes in society, bringing innovation into companies. So a skill that you can apply to all the companies in the world, but it has a very much economics background, because in order to take decisions to change something in a company, you need to study and to evaluate also the economic situation of the company or the economic situation of the country where the company is located. It's all interconnected, and I think what I like is the flexibility to build up your own study path depending on what you're interested in.
Yes. How was it, Konita?
Let's say I got accepted on Bocconi. Do I need a class or something to catch up about the material or something like that, since my background is completely different with what I'm planning to master degree?
Yeah, no, as I told you, first of all, with the GMAT, it allows us to understand that you are in any case fit for this type of studies. Then the first days, actually the last 10 days of August, before our courses start in September, we offer preparatory courses for everybody, because we have students with a geography degree from Indonesia, students with an engineering degree from Brazil, one who studied languages in Italy. So we want everybody to start with the right foot and with a good basics. So these 10 days allow everybody to have, to start at the same way, to make sure that even the way we study, sometimes in Europe we have more of a theoretical approach when studying. The Anglo-Saxon way might be different. So we want you to take these 10 days, 2 weeks to make you adjust with the local culture, with the local style of teaching and learning.
Okay, I guess that's clear. I understand what should I be prepared first before applying and etc. Grazie per la informazione.
Si figurati, Konita. All right, thank you, Konita. So, is there any questions from other students? We have still like less than 10 minutes. Okay, so guys, this is a very special moment for you, because our special speaker coming from official representative of Bocconi having time with us right now, and then you can ask anything, any questions that you need. Okay, raising hand or directly speak out, or just writing in our column chat. Don't be shy, guys. In what moment you can meet our official representative of Bocconi?
Well, actually, I will need to leave in a few minutes because I have another call as well, but I wanted to give you again our contact details. We can also eventually set up an individual call, even if you want to have a chat with current students, for example, from a specific course. You write an email saying, I'm interested into this course, and we make sure that you can have a chat with a student who is attending or is just graduated from this course, so that you get a feeling from the real voice of a student.
Okay, so okay, Veronica has another meeting, yeah. So
Sorry.
well, thank you so much, Veronica. And then for those students that miss our info sessions, don't worry. I will Uni-Italia Indonesia will upload this sessions into our YouTube channel. And please, Veronica, send us the whole important links so I can put it in our YouTube channel so
Absolutely.
everybody can click easily for all informations that Bocconi offer to international students. So for you guys, congratulations for Antonis and Konita. Please kindly DM us at our Instagram, Uni-Italia Indonesia, and I will give you special souvenir for you guys that really active in participating our info session day. So thank you, Veronica, and thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Romero. You have been a great host, and I really can't wait to come to Indonesia and meet all of you.
See, please come to Bali, of course, and then meet.
And of course, I wait for you to come to Milano to visit us.
Hoping for this year, yeah. All right. So I